We are back. Everyone can hear us, and we have some new judges, which will be exciting. And we have Carrie with us from Best Buzz. Let's hear from Carrie. Judges, let's listen for her 2-minute presentation. Go.
Okay, you ready to go?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Carrie Lane, and I'm the founder and CEO of Best Buzz.
Well, you know, it usually goes better when the mute button is unpressed.
Do we see a mute button?
You wouldn't have happened to have muted your own?
I can hear you. Can't hear.
We're checking with Greg. Oh, you could hear her?
Yes, I can hear her perfectly.
Oh my gosh, I've got a headphone problem. It's my bad. I'm so
sorry, Carrie.
Can everyone else hear me?
Can everyone hear her? Yes, I believe so.
I'm back and I'm back.
And we've got thumbs up.
And I'm starting over.
Hit it, Carrie.
All right, tell me when. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, my name is Carrie Lane, and I'm the founder and CEO of Best Buzz. I've been in the interactive space since '99, and I've owned several successful startups since 2004. We've been working on the Best Buzz platform for the last 3 years, and we've raised over $1.95 million to date. I'm also a founder with skin in the game. See that QR code there. Best Buzz is the first platform that allows brands to offer dynamic rewards to customers that share promotions on their social networks to drive engagement and increase buzz. The Best Buzz dashboard seamlessly integrates SMS text, QR codes, mobile landing pages, and real-time rewards to drive social media impressions and generate viral buzz around events, charities. Best Buzz clients have generated over 4 million social impressions in the last 6 months. This is an example of Best Buzz, and this one is for the Texas Rangers. I'll just take it through. 4 easy steps. You scan the code, you get an instant reward. There's a mobile optimized landing page, and it's shared on social media. In October, Best Buzz worked with Cadillac to launch the 2012 Escalade. 6 charities were given Buzz QR codes, and the charity that generated the most buzz in 4 weeks won $150,000 from Cadillac. Taylor's Gift was one of the participating charities, and they used the Best Buzz platform to drive over 95,000 new organ donor registrations in just 4 weeks. Beauty Control also used the Best Buzz platform during NYC Fashion Week to drive 41,960 social impressions with a 3,843% click-through rate in just 1 day. Best Buzz is currently profitable. We're growing at a rate of
15 seconds, Carrie.
Each month, and we're projecting $1.5 million in revenue for 2012. Best Buzz has created the fastest and most reliable scanner with over 60 downloads. Download the app today by texting BUZZ to 63566.
Okay, thank you. Perfect timing. All right, let's go to questions. I'd like to start with Charles. Would you like to just introduce yourself, and then we'll go to someone else for questions first?
Okay.
Okay.
Real quickly, my name is Charles.
Oh, we had time called. What's up?
Someone has a speaker playing into my...
Yes, Jason is not on headphones, something that I mentioned earlier. We need to get Jason onto ear goggles. We need to have you on earbuds.
And he is doing so. Thank you, Jason.
Oh, he's the best.
Perfect.
And then now your speakers are killed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kill the speaker.
Let's try it again.
And again, we're
time back in.
Charles.
We're treating you so badly. Please proceed. Sorry.
Just tell us who you are. Yeah.
Are we good?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We're good.
So, real quickly, my name's Charles. I come from Paris, in France. I'm a broadcast engineer in a major broadcast channel in France called Canal+. It's a mix between HBO and ESPN. And we're actually a very traditional media company, but we're really looking into startups in the video and the television business to get fresh and new ideas to, do things better in the digital world. And well, that's my first in the Valley, and I'm really excited so far to see such brilliant people come together and create. And so I'm really excited to be on this show. And thank you very much for having me.
Good. Welcome, Charles. And we will go to Jason for questions, and then we'll come back to you, Charles. You're our new judge. Go ahead, Jason.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Somebody, fantastic. Hey, Carrie, great presentation in 2 minutes or less. Real quick, what's your non-funding and what's your funding needs? as you see them right now?
Right now, we just reached profitability, and so to scale and grow and hire people, get marketing, and we spent 3 years building the platform, and it's got 1.95 million into it, and now we're ready to scale and add more people to our team.
Okay, so
good.
what's your
And
non-funding and your funding need?
Okay, marketing and people,
Okay.
and we need to hire people, and then we need funding for that, and then our non-funding needs is really just PR, advisory boards, more experience, people to help me take the business to the next level.
Awesome. And do you have an idea of what that the funding need is as far as number?
We're looking to raise about 400,000.
400K. Okay.
all right.
Okay.
And we're going on to Mark.
Hello?
I'm
Actually, I was going
Mark.
to ask what the ask was. So, I have no, I mean, I'm just curious scalability or reach. Let's say, how you mentioned, you have customers, etc. Can you give us a better view of how far you reach so far? Is it just US or just states
US,
or?
US, Canada, and the Cayman Islands. Actually, we've seen a big increase in Canadian downloads and traffic, and part of that is because beauty control is in Canada, so we're looking to also reach out into Latin America.
Okay, great.
Looks like, so we've got Eve now.
And on to Eve.
I'm sorry, my computer rebooted itself, so I came in on late in this one. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to pass, but I love you, Carrie.
Okay, great.
We'll
Okay.
just ask Charles is
Charles, can you comment or ask a question? That would be
just
great.
to bring you up to
If that's
speed.
fine.
The goal here is to just ask a short question or maybe two, and then the whole total stays under 5 minutes from all the judges. So we're well under. Go ahead and ask a question.
I'll have a simple question just to see how you think ahead. If you had $1 million, what would be your next step?
Excuse me?
If you had $1 million, what would be your next step, Carrie?
If I had $1 million, obviously the platform is built, so I don't think we need too many people. We would never need, I don't think, more than like 25 people. Definitely more programmers, but marketing. I mean, more exposure, more downloads. We're talking to Millennial and Apple, getting ready to do our first marketing to drive more downloads and engagement. But the beauty of the product is that when people buzz in, because it's using our platform, it's also marketing for us, which doesn't cost anything.
Great.
Okay,
Okay, and it's time to go to scoring.
let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll start with you, Jason.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Mhm.
Yeah. Presentation is solid. I'm going to give it a 3.5. As far as I need to hear the needs up front just a little bit more. Very few concerns, the user base that you've got and the numbers that you've already shown over 3 years. But just a little bit more transparency on this side with letting us know kind of what that next step is and the support that you need would have been great.
Okay.
Great. And on to Mark.
Okay. Good energy on the presentation side. You were good at explaining the business model, the revenue model, the team, all the details. Of course, the ask wasn't there, but it was pretty good. On the business side, I like that it's already up and running, profitable, etc. So definitely, it sounds like a sound business. I see a lot of potential with this type of business, actually. So I would give it a 4.5.
4.5.
Baby.
Great. On to Eve.
I believe it's a solid business model, good adoption. You've had some good growth right to start off. You have a good idea of what you need. I'm also going to give it a 4.5.
4.5. And let's finish up with Charles.
Yeah, not much to add since I'm last one to talk. So yeah, I wish you good luck with this very nice idea, and I believe you can go good deal with this. And I'm sure with your energy you can get the funding you need pretty soon. So good luck.
And then
Thank
you,
you very
you,
much.
you give a score somewhere in between 1 and 5.
4.25.
Yeah.
Maybe
was it-
0 to 5.0.
Yeah. Something
No,
like that.
I'll go with a 4.
Oh, 4. All right. Perfect.
Thank you, Charles.
Okay. Thank you, judges. And thank you
All right.
so much, Best Buzz and Carrie. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Carrie. It's good to
Bye.
see you back again.
That was great.
Okay, well, we're moving on to our next contestant. It takes a few seconds to get them into the room. So we're going to stall for time here by reminding you what's going on this show. Go to Startup Idol. AgoraStartupIdol.com. What we're trying to do is get traction of 100,000 users for some company, or maybe more than one company, maybe for every company that's a startup in our competition. The competition is one level at which this happens. Another level at which this happens is this. You users can log on and get a whole bunch of real goods. You get real rewards by voting for these startups, by giving feedback to these startups. It's all up there on the website. You do have to log in to see the details of how the points work. So go to AgoraStartupIdol.com, log in and explore the points and get free stuff. And now.
And it's fun. And we're going to Pintix with Francisco. Hi, Francisco.
Here we are. Thank you for that great introduction.
And we are ready for your 2-minute presentation.
Great. So thank you. So my name is Francisco, and I'm here representing Team Pintix. And you probably heard the story. There's about 19 million users already on Pinterest. And there's a lot of questions going on. You know, social media managers get asked, how much traffic are you sending from Pinterest? SEM managers get asked, you know, how many page views am I getting from Pinterest? E-commerce managers get asked, how much sales are you getting from Pinterest? Grandma comes and asks you, can you help me sell my art crafts in Etsy? Can Pinterest help me to do that? Well, Pinterest can help you do all that, and Pintix can make you do it even better. Basically, Pintix is key metrics for Pinterest users. And what that means is we provide all of the metrics, your Pinterest metrics from your own following, your own activity in Pinterest, and we tie that out with Google Analytics from your own website. So basically, the Pintix solution will be able to tell you all your activity from Pinterest and exact how many page views, how many unique visitors, new existing visitors, and how much on sales are you getting. As long as you're tracking with Google Analytics, we're actually putting 2 and 2 together with a really good solution. Me and my partner Liang, we met at the hackathon, the Angel Hack Hackathon in San Francisco about 6 weeks ago. We coded the whole thing in 36 hours. We got really good feedback from the judges. We already have a closed beta with over 100 clients. We're tracking over 4,000 pins and all the traffic generated from that. We envision that Pintix is going to be a freemium model where you can come in and track for free a limited amount of boards and pins and activity. But for business users who want to track a lot more, we'll be able to charge them for a fee and also get some tools. People want not only the ability to have metrics, but they also want
15
business
seconds,
tools.
Francisco, sorry.
So right now we're looking for funding. We're trying to put together about $1 million for funding. We've been really lucky, and I want all the judges to be able to follow us in Angel List. So there's the link over there. And thank you for your attention, and I'll take any questions you have.
Wow.
Okay, very well done.
Timed to the second.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, you get to pick the starter.
Let's start with, go ahead.
How do you plan to reach your market? How do you plan to go out there and get people using this thing?
Great, great question. So the good news here is basically social will be probably the majority of my acquisition for 2 reasons. Number one is I'm catering to people who are livelihoods is being on social media. You have social media managers, you have people who are already active in that. We already have 1,000 people on the waiting list to come in, and most of them were collected through social media. I imagine we're going to do lots of events with retailers, basically bringing in the power users. This is not an application for the 20 million people. I'm looking for the 1 or 2 million people who are actually using Pinterest for business.
All right. Let's go to Charles next. Charles, would you like to ask a question?
Quick question. It might be sound good. Don't you think it's Pinterest job?
Is it possible, Charles, that your mic might be muted or?
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay, better now.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So the question might sound a little good, but don't you think what you're doing is Pinterest job?
Yes and no. So let me put it this way. Any social platform that starts growing always gets tools, right? When Twitter was growing up, they got TweetDeck, and TweetDeck was acquired by Twitter. Same thing for Facebook. Facebook has things like Buddy Media doing applications. So right now, Pinterest is really small. I know some of the people. I have a friend that works in Pinterest. They're less than 30 people right now. Less than 30 people for a website with 20 million. Right now, their main goal is to build a site. They're not building tools. They're not building analytics. If we build them and we do a good job at it, we can get acquired by them or we can get acquired by someone else. The point is right now, it's a whole new social media platform that needs analytics.
Thanks. Mark, can you go next?
So could you clarify, or is your objective to just focus on Pinterest, or are you planning to open up to other social media platforms beyond that?
So that's a great question, Mark. There's a couple of similar platforms. There's the Fancy, which I've been playing around with. They don't have an API yet. Right now, Twitter and Facebook, basically they have an ecosystem with a lot of tools. Right now, I'm going after Pinterest, but what I want to do is I actually want to open more on the other end. I want to be able to use not only Google Analytics, I want to be able to go after bigger businesses who use core metrics or Omniture to track their traffic. So the idea here is it's going to be a visual platform. So if there's other visual platforms that will come up, I can help them. If it's a visual platform, if it's more like text, like Twitter or Facebook, it's slightly different.
Okay, and let's finish up with Jason.
Hey, Francisco. Great.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Thank you. The confidence you exude and the security and starting this over a hackathon weekend, awesome. My question is, what are you worried about?
What am I worried about? Perfect question. Three things in my head. I'm always worried about the official API from Pinterest. Right now, all of the startups are doing anything with Pinterest. We're using an unofficial API, so I'm always waiting for the official API to come in. It also worries me, that Google come and sign a check for $5 billion for Pinterest, and they can probably take care of that. But other than those two things, just hiring, the reason that I'm looking for funding is I need to hire a designer. I need a front-end developer to help us with the reporting build-ups. So hiring is probably the second worry that I have, but the first one is just getting the funding, getting them together.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, Eve, I guess if we can go to you for a score and a little bit of feedback, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
You covered most of the questions in the presentation, so the last time where I had a lot more questions, this time you had it pretty well covered. I worry about the same thing that we've seen some of the acquisitions, even just this week, of some of the add-ons to some of the larger, like the Instagram acquisition. It's easy for them to snap it up and just take it if it's going to be that valuable. But if you can get in that seam and get there, that'll be great. I'm going to go ahead and give you a 4.
4.
Thank you.
Great. And
Charles.
let's move it to Charles.
Yeah. The presentation was great. Your energy is transpiring from what you say, and it's really cool. And still, I believe it's just an opportunity of filling a gap that Pinterest should fill. So I'll stick with 2.5 if that's okay with you guys.
That's a little tough, but okay.
2.5. And let's go on to Mark.
Okay, great energy. The presentation the pitch was pretty good. I would have liked to know a little more background maybe on who and your developer,
The team.
co-founder is.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, you had all the elements in there. On the business side, I'm very concerned that it is very niche, focused on Pinterest. You mentioned that the API is not even official. So it sounds like a great lottery ticket that you have, that it may work, but it's not a real business today. And if there's no path to do something else than just Pinterest, or if it's not clearly formulated today, then it's still a little short. So I would give it a 3.
A 3.
All right, Jason, you're going to have to give him a huge score to save him here.
Actually, what I've written down was a 4, Francisco,
4.
and I'm
good.
I'm grading.
Thank you, appreciate it. And for all the judges, please follow us in AngelList. It'll be great, and you can find more details about my team and everything else. So thank you.
Let's let Jason give a little more feedback. Did you have more?
All I want to say is Francisco, I'm giving the idea a 4. The presentation you gave, it was almost too much confidence for me, as if right behind here that I needed to go find. And then the only concern that I've got, as weird as this is going to sound, is I don't know if $1 million is enough to do what it is I think you're going to do. So that's
we'll
just
take more
in the back of my mind.
Thank you.
It's very generous of you, Francisco. We appreciate it.
Beautiful.
Thank
You've been
you.
a great
Thank you,
guest.
everybody.
This is going to be fun to see you in the future, maybe in this round, maybe in the next round.
I'm hoping.
And thank you so much. Signing off with Francisco.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well,
And
now,
who is our next contestant? Let's see here.
it looks like Peter with near to there.
Yeah.
Let's see if he shows up on our
Fun.
screen.
This is
Yes.
a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is.
I'm having a great time.
You like doing this then?
I really like going on BeInToo.com and getting points. Too.
Yes. He's a maniac for points, and
I like
evidently it's
points.
legal for us to go ahead and do that.
That's right. It means I get points at Starbucks.
Yes.
Yes.
So all you judges, all you non-disinterested parties, get on there, agorastartupidol.com, and follow the startups, vote for the startups, offer feedback to the startups, and you'll actually be helping them. You'll be helping business and commerce all over the world, and you'll be getting free stuff, and everybody likes free stuff.
Free stuff. You gotta love it.
And then there's that guy who thinks I can read lips. What did you say?
Eve. Yeah.
Eve, could we get you to cycle your camera? It's a technical term meaning cycle the camera.
Well,
Roll film is what they used to call it.
we are near to there.
Yes, we are.
Do you know what I
there's
mean
Peter.
by that? That means
Yep.
we are soon going to be talking to Peter, whose company is near to there. What?
Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up all over the studio.
I am seeing Eve, I'm seeing our judges, and am I hearing a presentation?
A 2-minute presentation.
From Peter.
When
Hit it.
When you start talking, I hit the green button. Ready?
Yep.
Start talking.
My name is Peter Olfe, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Near to There. Near to There was founded by myself and Bob Anderson. We're two experienced entrepreneurs who are passionate about location-based services and about world travel. Near to There is a location-aware to-go list. It keeps track of all the places that you want to go to, and gives you maps, gives you directions to those places, and when you're near one of those places, it'll alert you. So one example of how it's used is, let's say you're on one of our participating websites where you find a restaurant that you'd like to go to. You simply click on the Near to There button, which is not unlike a Facebook share button. Once you click on that, it's saved to your phone. When you're near to that area, it'll pop up on your phone and give you a link back to the original article, so you'll know, oh, that's why I wanted to go there. Another usage example is you're at a party and somebody says, oh, you're going to New York, you got to go to this place. So you simply type in the name of the place, city, state, click save, we look up the address for you, and it saved all the rest. So our business model is very simple. On the app itself, we have location-based ads. So anytime you pull up an individual location, we'll show you advertisements from businesses in that immediate area. Another thing, once we reach critical mass, where we really expect to make money is from the data that we're getting. We're capturing intent. It's much better than interest. It's not just like sharing something. We're capturing intent to go to those places. Now, it's a pretty crowded space. There's a fair amount of competition out there. Where our big competitive advantage is that we've created the most battery-efficient solution out there. You will not notice a change in your
15
battery
seconds,
consumption.
Peter.
We are on the iPhone and the Android platforms right now, and we're seeking $500,000 for both further developing the service and also for promoting it. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Well, let's start with Charles, who, as you can see, he's in Japan right now. You can see from the Asian background. Charles, do you have some questions for our guest, Peter?
Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, great idea, very simple, and I'd love to see more location-based products out there. So I think you have a great idea So my question would be purely interest. Do you intend to link this somehow to Foursquare and get, you know?
I couldn't hear. Link it to what?
Foursquare.
Hostware.
Foursquare.
Foursquare. What we're doing is we're basically see that there's plenty of discovery engines out there. What we're trying to do is basically become the default location button of choice. So whether it's New York Times, whether it's Yelp, whether it's any of these locations, we've talked to Lonely Planet, the San Francisco Chronicle. We've talked to a lot of different places, and they very much love the idea. They like us to get some more downloads before they actually add the button, but they get the idea that their content will be brought to people's eyes right when it's most relevant, when they're in front of that location.
Okay, thanks. Mark, can you follow up with a question?
So actually, I'd like a little more detail on that, that answer. So are your customers then newspapers who are trying to get their content in more places, including physical places or geolocations? Is that a fair statement?
Our customers, so there's the end user who downloads the app. Our partners are any publications, and right now it's absolutely the basic. Adding the button to their sites is free, so it's just like adding a Facebook share button. Where we hope to make money in the future is many of them aren't really leveraging the location-based content that they have. If you look at, for example, New York Magazine loses most of its local advertisers on their online editions. We can help them sell that better by showing that, hey, there's this many people who actually intend to go to your immediate area. So we can provide very good data for them for marketing to advertisers.
Oh, thanks.
So then you're creating an advertising network using content from newspaper, but it is disconnected from newspaper.
We are, I would say, the closest companies that you could say that we're like is ShareThis or AddThis.com. We'll be capturing data that is very valuable for the publishers to market to their own advertisers. We won't have our own advertiser base.
Jason, are you ready to have your say?
Peter, you got me very interested in the battery life comment.
Yes.
So first of all, how'd you do that? And second of all, is that going to continue to be a differentiator?
How did we do that? Most of that's confidential. I can't really explain, but it's a deep understanding of how this is used and understanding that when to check for a person's location and when not to, and that's very important. We will continue working on that, and we are also working on some other technologies. I don't see that going. I'm sure people will catch up to us, but at this point, it's a strong differentiator, and I believe that being the first company getting out there should help.
University back in December, and that was a huge topic of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's a cool angle. Eve, help us out.
Have you done any market validation or have talked at all, or have you figured out how you're going to go about customer acquisition?
Customer acquisition. So admittedly, when we first launched, as I said, we had talked to a lot of the publishers, and they said, great, we love the idea. And it's one of those areas that we're building up slowly, much more slowly than I initially wanted to, but we're doing that by focusing on the travel industry. We're very active in different travel communities and promoting it that way because we see there's an more immediate understanding of the benefits from that, and where we're signing up different travel publishers, and from there we hope to then reach the more mass market, which is the local things as well.
Thank you. Well, I guess that's enough for questions, and let's go ahead and pop into our feedback section. Charles, would you like to take the lead and give a score from 0 to 5.0 and a little bit of feedback for Peter for his presentation?
Well, I love the idea. I love your presentation. I'd be an early adopter of such a system because, like I said, I'm really into location-based programs, and I see that you got covered both the technical aspects and the commercial issues of your idea. So I'll go with 4.
Nice.
4. And go ahead, Eve.
My advice would honestly be, because I have seen this battery life issue come up in all the location aware, like alert you when you're near something. If you could take that and sell it to everybody else with a location aware, you're going to be a zillionaire. So, I mean, I would say take that technology, protect the heck out of it, and then start quietly licensing it for a lot of money. I think that secret sauce is better than anything else. You know, the idea, I am worried about the competition, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a 4 today.
Come for the advertising, stay for the battery life.
And Mark, can we hear from you?
I think the comment on the battery life is definitely a good one. I'm concerned with the business model or the way it works, because if newspaper article is being used to produce advertisement somewhere else, if I'm the newspaper, I want a cut of whatever comes in there. So I'm not going to put this button unless you give me access to the advertising revenue or something like this. But I mean, maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm a little concerned by how that transaction would work. And then on the other side, on the user side, there's a lot of location apps and things. To me, it's a nice to have. I'm not sure it's really a must have at this point. And there's ways to remember through Evernote and things like this as well. So how you get the customers is also not clear to me. So overall, I would give it 3.5.
Great.
3.5.
And let's finish up with Jason.
I'm giving this one a 5.
Get out.
I'm judging as much the technology behind the idea as I am the idea itself. Yes, I think the concerns that we all share are going to go forward with you. I see this as a 36 to 60 month thing where it's going to be so normal for people to want this kind of information, not only as a personal, but also for a community or an economy. The other piece that I'm seeing the potential here is in actually becoming valuable as a data source, and not only them collecting the data on what I intend to do. And that was huge for me, was hearing you talk about that, capturing intent. So great job, Peter.
Thank you.
Wow. That is our first 5 ever.
Wow.
So,
Very well done.
they're ringing the
That
bell
was
and the siren's going off.
We're signing off with Peter. Thank you so much. See you near to
Thank you.
there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
And we're off to the next contestant.
Barrelman app, are they there?
Barrelman.
No, they're out of there. So I'll tell you
They're
what,
out
folks.
of there. So we are good to go. Do we have someone else?
Okay, we're going to
Okay.
take ourselves a little break. We'll come back in about 2 minutes, he says. 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Can we have 5 minutes?
Charles.
Okay.
Okay. Oh,
Well, we'll see you guys in room A, B, the other room, A. And room B, I think you are in room A. And the rest of you people watching online, woo! Those of you watching online, don't forget to tune in at about 5. Looks like it's going to be about 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock now.
For our
Yep.
wrap-up show.
For our wrap-up show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
so we're getting back on schedule. Thanks a lot. Thanks to our judges. We'll see you on the other
See you in
side.
4.
Catch you on the flip
All
side. And then on air, he said.